men in and around Vryburg in the Northwest came together today in a campaign to shine the spotlight on their role in combating violence against women and children. Vryburg homeboy Fabian McCarthy is spearheading this campaign, which also marks the start of this year's 16 Days of Activism Campaign for no violence against women and children. And Fabian is joining us here on Sports Live just to talk more about that. Oh, there he is, Fabian McCarthy. Don't know how he's feeling after his former team Sundowns was beaten by Magesi. Fabian, how are you feeling? Good evening. Thanks for joining us on SABC.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. Well, a bit of a surprise, but yeah, it was a cup final, and obviously, if you don't make use of your chances, I think Magesi was just direct and so. But yeah, good game overall, but yeah, Sundowns, I think they let themselves down.
By not using their chances, you think, because they had over 80% ball possession.
Listen, not even how many shots at goal was it? I think also double figures or something like that. But yeah, it's well done to Magesi. I hope they don't get complacent. The season is a marathon. And remember, they the debutants in the Betway Premiership. So to Coach Larsen, his staff and the players, congratulations, and don't celebrate for too long because you have to get back into the real business of things.
Yeah, and just a word on Coach Clinton Larsen. Fabian McCarthy has guided this team from the NFD, promoted them. He's also won this cup in 2012 with Celtic. What can you say, or what do you see about his coaching style? Because he seems to know his team's limitations or his abilities, and he plays according to that most of the time.
Look, I think he was using the players that he had to their strengths to work for each other. And you can see they were not playing or trying to play or trying to compete with Sundowns to go pound for pound. You know, they were just trying to hit Makubu and then, you know, play off him or so, because you could see he knows what Coach Clinton Larsen wants, and he assembled a team that the management allow him to assemble, and obviously the experience of Chipazezi, Chiramandaro, you know, Makoba. Obviously, those guys came to the party, and for Abrams, I mean, I'm happy. A good anticipation. Didn't know if the ball was going to get to him, but that thing of just saying you run in and then you connect with it. And I mean, what a way, what a time to win a cup final, and for him to score such a goal, because it's not easy to anticipate that ball and to direct it to the goals. But yeah, I think Sundowns defensively, one or two players will have to take the blame there, because I'm sure when they plan these things, they specifically saying if the ball pass player A, player B needs to win it, or player C needs to make sure he clear the ball. But yeah, defensive mistake, these are part of the game. And then the only way Magesi could have scored for me in the second half was through a corner kick, because there was a time they had like 4 or 5 corner kicks, like for 2 minutes or a minute and some seconds, you know. So yeah, it's good for them. It's a good motivation. And once again to Coach Clinton Larsen, congrats, and to the players, and enjoy the Christmas bonus.
And how big a setback is this for Sundowns? Because going into the season, some of their fans were very skeptical with the coaching changes and all of that. Now, do you expect now them to still now to have those doubts now about the coaching staff after this defeat?
And not at all, no doubt about the coaching or so. I think more it was mistakes. Like I said, if you don't take your chances and you create goal-scoring opportunities and you don't score, I think if you are a supporter and you understand football, you don't have to blame anybody for that. It's a cup game, and it happens. It's just said that it has to happen in this way, where you concede the last minute's goal from like not even half a chance or 3/4 of a chance of scoring. But yeah, nothing wrong with the coaching staff at Mamelodi Sundowns, even with the playing personnel. It's just a matter of if it wasn't their day, it wasn't their day. And it's a special day, like you said, for Coach Clinton Larsen. He won with Celtics a cup against Mamelodi Sundowns, and he win now a cup again with Magesi back in Bloemfontein. So yeah, something special for him. And yeah, I'm sure his family is very happy, and himself. He must just let it down and celebrate.
Yeah, and I'm sure your family is very happy about you, Fabian, and proud of you with the work that you do. Not only are you involved in football, but today you are back in Vryburg there, and there's a campaign that you are doing as we mark 16 days of activism. Just tell us more about what you were doing today and why it's important for you to be involved in campaigns like this.
Yeah, look, it's called a Race for Change. It's my very first time where I get very close to a horse. I jumped on it yesterday, jumped on the horse today. I ride it a bit for, not even half a meter or so, but just to patrol it and that. And I must say, thank you to everybody that's involved, especially Pick and Pay Vryburg. And we host Bloom Tech Lifestyle. I mean, the people are still out here. There's a DJ playing, people are chilling, people came out to braai and stuff. And for me, it is good to be involved in such campaigns. Remember, I lost 3 teammates through cancer. The senior, I'll start with the late Chipa Masinga. My best friend at Mamelodi Sundowns, Joas Tlupi Magolego. The last one I lost through cancer was the late John Shus Mushweu. And when they found out, it was already at that stage where the treatment wasn't going to save it or prolong their lifestyle. So I'm urging the guys to say, let us go to the doctor, guys. Let us not believe in those old traditional ways of saying when you go to the doctor, you're just going to find out bad news and he's just going to take your money or want to give you injection or want to give you tablets. It's your lifestyle. We have some sort of a cancer in us, just under the blood. But if you feed it the wrong things and you allow it to grow in the human, the man's body, then it's going to be too late when you find out to treat it and to handle it. So cancer is dangerous. Cancer, for me, is more dangerous than HIV and AIDS. So we need to, as men, we need to go and test ourselves. Even men, can you believe it, has breast cancer? Thought it was for women, but it's there. It's proven, and we need to make sure every year, if you on the other side of 40, like some of us, you need to make sure you go every year for your test just to check and see if you are healthy. As for GBV, it's for anybody. It says gender. So it doesn't mean only women and children. It means as men also, you can be part of that GBV because you can also be abused from your partner. But most likely, the obvious one is thinking that men is the only ones who are abusing the woman and the children. So I'm saying, let's not say 16 days. Let's do it for 365 days, every year, all day, for the rest of your life. If you do it, your child will see that you're not lifting your hand or doing something that is not right, and they will follow. And so it will go down to generations. I'm glad to be home to see some of my family members. But I must... it's hot in Vryburg.
But do you find that, Fabian, maybe the message resonates more when it comes from people like you, a former footballer that people used to see play? Because sometimes we think footballers are immune to all these daily challenges that we face. And when people like you come and talk about these issues, you find that people listen at least?
Look, I must be surprised to say the turnout, and it was like midday. It's a Saturday. I think the room, we were about, if I'm correct, close to 40, 50 men in there listening, and even the doctor that made the presentation on cancer. I myself learned something today to say that it is there somewhere in your body. It has to do with your testosterone, as men. It has to do with the food you're eating. It has to do with alcohol, and it has to do with all those other things. And I'm saying how you live your life, it's going to take care of itself when it comes to that age, that stage, I mean, also, Today, my oldest brother is turning 50.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to wish him a happy 50th, and he's the one that was living with me in Bloem and in Johannesburg. Was one to call me in order and say, "Hey, you can't drive now.
What's his name? Mention his name, Fabian.
His name is Byron Jacobs, obviously firstborn in the family.
Wonderful.
And, today he's the biggest fan of my son. And I must say, I appreciate him and we thank God for his life. I just hope that his health gets better and he can live a few more good years. But yeah, it's happy to be home. Yeah. There's no place like home. This is my roots. This is where I'm coming from. And today I seen a young man, which is a jockey, that the way he handled any horse is just amazing. Talented, and I'm hoping this young man, I can help him and see him next year in the Durban July
Bring him
racing.
On the show. Yeah, we're going to interview him, Fabian. We like those kind of stories. But thanks for speaking to us. Happy birthday to Byron. All the best to Aiden, also your son, who's a very good footballer, and Fabian McCarthy. Wonderful work that you are doing. Great to see that you're involved in more than just about the game there.